Hello, everybody. Thank you for showing up today. As you come in, please kindly invite your friends to this updates show here on the Victor Mukasa show on LGBT refugees on Block 13 in Kakuma Camp. Enjoy this from Brian Koyo, your Bryans.
Fighters fighting for the rights of the children of the rainbow flag.
What are we fighting for? Fighting for our rights. What are we fighting for? Fighting for our rights. Tell me what we're fighting for. Fighting for our rights. Fighting for our rights to be
LGBTI. Oh, LGBTI. Oh, LGBTI. Oh, never going anywhere.
Children of the rainbow flag.
We are proud to be.
Yes, the children of the rainbow flag.
We are proud to be.
Yeah, children of the rainbow flag.
We are proud to be the children of the rainbow flag. LGBTI. We are the children of the rainbow flag. We are cool, choose around and proud. No one's gonna stop us. We are here to stay. We are the children of the rainbow flag. We
Tell me what we're fighting for.
fighting for our rights, fighting for our rights to be LGBTI.
We are here to stay.
LGBTI.
Here to stay.
LGBTI. Going anywhere.
Children of the rainbow flag.
We are proud to be.
Yes, the children of the rainbow flag.
We are proud to be.
Yeah, children of the rainbow flag.
We are proud to be the children of the rainbow flag. LGBTI. We are the children of the rainbow flag. We are cool, choose around and proud. No one's gonna stop us. We are here to stay. We are the children of the rainbow flag. We are moving. Moving on and on. Never, never going back. We are moving. Moving on and on. Never, never going back. Oh, we keep on fighting. Fighting, 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 fighting. We keep on fighting. Fighting, fighting, on and on. Never, never gonna stop. Yeah.
All right. Once again, I welcome you all to yet another updates show here on the Victor Mukasa show on the situation of LGBTQ refugees who are under attack in Kakuma Camp on Block 13, which is now what we call the Nameless Block. I request you all to call all those who might care to know, to understand what is happening, to offer support. to come and join us on this show. Very quick updates. For those of you who just joined us, y'all know that there are attacks on LGBTQ refugees, homophobic attacks on LGBTQ refugees in Kakuma camp. I mean, all over Kakuma camp, but really concentrating at Block 13 in Kakuma camp. And these attacks have been perpetrated by other refugees and also by natives of Kenya who live in Turkana land, but also by the police, and also in some cases we've had reports about discrimination and other human rights violations from UNHCR officials in the local office of Kakuma. So today we're going to hear more updates. The last time we had an update that 4 lesbians had been were attacked a week ago. Actually, it was Sunday last week. They were attacked and sexually assaulted by other refugees in that camp. Today we will hear about more attacks that happened in the course of the week, but also more news in way of updates and breaking news from Kakuma. So if the guys in Kakuma are online, please send in your request so that we start straight away. I want to let you know that till now we have the refugees on Block 13 have not gotten any kind of response, or visit or consultation from the UNHCR. The UNHCR may be addressing them through statements that we have seen on the internet, but there has not been an intervention directly with the refugees. So please just know that even if you see statements going out there with UNHCR saying that they are engaging with parties in the camp, they might be engaging with other parties of the perpetrators, of other, well-wishers, UNHCR itself, the police, and human rights organizations in the area of Kakuma, but they have not engaged LGBTQ refugees at Block 13, who are actually the ones that are under attack in this situation. I would like to thank all those first responders who are who have come up to offer counseling to the refugees on Block 13. We thank the Dr. Miller, who is with them all the time, offering free services. I would like to thank all those who have donated to the well-being of LGBTQ plus refugees on Block 13 via our GoFundMe page. You have done an amazing job. We are able to provide a meal a day. We are able to have people go to hospital and pay and cover the medical bills. The children have got some toys right now that they are playing with. We are able to give them a treat every now and then in way of candy, just for the kids. And also we are able, they've started having school within Block 13. And I thank all those who have come on board. We have Tash Thomas from England. We thank you for upping our advocacy efforts by joining forces for the liberation of lives in Kakuma camp, especially on Block 13. I thank organizations that have been working already on LGBT refugees issues in Kenya. I know that I will mention a few of them as I remember as we go forward. Shen has an organization, I think that is RCI, and we have others that are operating in Nairobi but have been helpful to refugees in Kenya. I would like to thank activists from North America and from Europe and from Australia who have actually been a part of this, who are a part of this. I would like to thank journalists. I would like to thank the BBC for showing up. We know that we have done interviews with Voice of America. We're still waiting for that to come up, and other media are coming up to highlight and amplify the voice of these LGBTQ refugees under attack. I thank you, everybody, even those categories that I have not mentioned. But most importantly, I thank you, members of Block 13, now Nameless Block, for being brave and for speaking out, because you're not doing this for only yourselves, but for the future of LGBT refugees in Kenya and perhaps elsewhere, because we are receiving a lot of mail from, I am in particular receiving a lot of mail from LGBT refugees in Turkey, Iranian refugees who are also going through similar situations, with the UNHCR really not acting sometimes in many cases. So I thank you guys on Block 13, no name block, and I'm going to invite you right now so that you give us the updates from there. Yes, we are trying to get the guys on Block 13. It's connection sometimes is a problem, but hopefully we can get them online. I'll play this song as we get them. Please, Kakuma, use different phones to send the invite. Oh, here you are connecting, thankfully. Oh, thank God. Thank God. All right. Yes, yes, yes. I see you now, friends. I see you. Connection is really poor today. Are we in the usual place?
Oh, hello, Victor.
Yes, hello.
It's very bad. It's very bad.
Connection is bad and your volumes are low.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I get you now.
I will have to try another phone.
Yeah, if Benon could send.
Yeah.
Yes, connection is still a problem down in Kakuma, but I would like to tell those who don't know that we have about 138 refugees, LGBT refugees, on Block 13 in Kakuma, but you'll hear later in the show that Block 13 does not exist anymore. We might have to start calling it the no-name block because of something that the UNHCR probably has decided to do. There have been several attacks. I think we have had about 3 attacks since Sunday. I think 3 attacks. In fact, one of the girls there was attacked shortly after speaking on the phone with me. And, you know, she almost lost her life just for being on the phone talking to me. But still, we are going to keep waiting for them to send in their request so that they speak for themselves. Because I prefer most of the time that they speak for themselves if they can speak. I have the updates, but I would prefer that they actually talk for themselves because they are able to. They have the ability and they have the brains to present their issues articulately. So Kakuma, please send in your details. Send your request so that we get moving. It's a Sunday and a lot of people are actually planning a lot of things today, including you yourselves. Life on Block 13, former Block 13, is still very tough. The attacks continue. Last Sunday we had 4 women sexually assaulted, as you saw on the updates live that we had here. We had, oh, I see Trinidad. Trinidad. I'm so happy to see your phone popping up. It might be the better connection. Yes, I think this is much better. Thanks to Trinidad. Do you hear me, Gilbert?
Yes, I actually can.
All right. So let's get moving. How are you doing?
Sorry, Victor, come again.
How are you doing?
Not so good. How are you yourself?
Well, I'm bothered by what is happening in Kakuma camp. But I know that you have some updates for all the people following this, and you have
Yes.
a lot to share with us. And right now, I ask you to go forward with what you have for us today. And I greet everybody that is with you there.
Thank you, Victor. Well, this week we noticed that somebody was removing all the small signposts that show where Block 13 exists. Now that sounds funny, but to some of us that are being silenced, that have been warned to remain silent, for us it means a lot. Why would you not want anybody passing on the road to know that this is Block 13? So it's the question that is going through the mind of all these people.
Blocks that
I beg your pardon?
the blocks in Kakuma camp have labels labeling their blocks, the various blocks. Like we've already
Yes.
block 13 labels. You are saying that those labels were removed. When were they removed, and who removed them?
We don't know for certain who did remove them, but the last one was removed this week. Only one remains, but it's off the road. It's a bit inside. Probably that's why it still stands. But now that we have reminded them of where it is, probably the one has been doing it will go and remove that as well. Now I think in the short future we are going to be maybe a nameless block. I think that makes sense for those who are trying to silence a vulnerable group like ours. If they have no name, nobody will care about them. Something like that. It amazes the kind of petty things that can be done in a serious situation. You know, somebody leaving the serious issue and focusing on something as petty as that. Now, that's not the only non-issue that we have here in Kakuma. We have a number of non-issues. You probably are aware that there was another document put out by the UNHCR Kenya on the 20th
Yes.
of July. Now, in this particular document, they highlighted a number of areas. And this is what I think of that. They highlighted areas they are supposed to be doing certain things. They're supposed to be putting out some, services in those particular areas. They're supposed to be having an impact in those areas. Now, the list was long. We have not seen most of those services, frankly. But what's amazing is that they also indicate what they're going to do going forward. Going forward, we're going to do this. Going forward, we're going to do this. They forgot to mention something that we have been crying for, something the world is asking them to do, protecting a miserable 136 refugees. And the fact that UNHCR has to communicate to us through such statements is an indication there is no communication channel between us and them. We are their primary work, refugees. And they cannot talk to us. Instead, they go and put out statements. That tells you the nature, how dysfunctional the communication channel is between us and them.
Yes.
And on some pages, they even indicate LGBTIQ response. You might have noticed that.
Yes.
We don't need a response from UNHCR in a Facebook account. We need a response on Block 13. This is where their effort should be. And
So,
any other blocks where there is need.
Gilbert,
Yes, please.
you mean that UNHCR is saying it has engaged the various parties in Kakuma? You are saying that the UNHCR has not engaged you on any of the issues that we are talking about?
Absolutely. We have not seen them. We don't know when they engage those parties and where they engage them from, but we are in Kakuma. and our lives are in danger, and they engage those who have it easy. Does that make sense to you, Victor? It's the same challenge that we have with I'm going to mention another group here, because with UNHCR, they just need to come out and publish that, yes, this is what we're going to do. In an interview recently with BBC, they did acknowledge that there are incredible challenges, but they do not come out and tell the world how they are going to protect their exposed LGBTIQ persons of Block 13. They have no definite answer when it comes to what are you going to do to protect them. And this is what everybody has been waiting to hear from them. And for some reason, they seem not to think about it. That's why they will have to keep putting out those particular posts and statements, and still will continue to suffer, because statements do not protect. You need to take real action, and that's what UNHCR is not doing. Now, we are not just upset with UNHCR today. Victor, we are upset with others. In actual sense, these are allies as well.
Allies.
We have, yes, allies. They're allies. And I think in the hearts of their hearts, they mean no harm. Their intention could be in the right place. And I think it's in the right place. We have allies out there who are actually concentrating on helping, but just individuals. We have over 100 people here exposed to death, sleeping outside, who need real medical attention that cannot even be accessed in Kakuma. And somebody with a clean conscience comes and picks out just one individual and rescues that. What message are you giving to the rest that you've left behind? How do you even make up a decision as to who to rescue and who not to rescue? It beats my understanding, Victor. How do you make that decision? Let me save him and leave the other one. Do you save the most vulnerable? Do you save the elderly? Do you save the children? Do you save the mothers? How do you make that decision that let me save him or her and leave the rest? After you've made that decision, do you go home and feel happy about yourself? What have you told the rest that you've left here? It puzzles. Are some of us not worthy of being saved? Now, as I said at the beginning, that I do believe that your hearts are in the right place. But when approached from that angle, it doesn't make sense. You're killing the hope of people who are looking for a rescuer. You're creating a situation where some think they are worthy of saving and others are worthy of condemning. I hope that this is taken in good faith. It's absolutely terrible. I would never make such a decision. How do I leave a pregnant woman? How do I leave a mother? How do I leave? How do I make a decision that I'm saving Victor and I'm leaving Bashir? Can somebody come out and tell us?
Everybody on Block 13 needs to be evacuated. Everybody.
Absolutely.
From what we have seen on the live streams, and also what we have seen on all the Facebook posts, and also the reports that we have that have actually reached the UNHCR.
Yes. So you see, Victor, that's my point exactly. Everybody here is waiting for a savior because UNHCR has not taken that role up. Now, if you are going to help in that regard, we need to see you as that. Because if you take the other approach, pick one and leave 100, then you're condemning this. For this that you've left behind, you're actually worse than UNHCR. Because UNHCR has decided whatever happens to you, that's your business. Now you've come as a rescuer, but in the process, you've condemned others. Who is worse, Victor? That's where we are coming from. When you do that, you're not so different, really. We have
From the UNHCR.
last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, from UNHCR. Last week, this week that we ended yesterday, I was summoned to the main police station here, along with some nurses. And we were warned. All I have done and all we have done is tell the world that we are suffering. Now, we have been threatened. I'm one of those that have been threatened, and I think framed as well.
Threatened by who?
I was read, the threats were made to me by the police boss. He said, I'm warned. I hear I'm coercing people and things like that and things like that and things like that. Now, Victor, tell me, you've been the one handling this show as the moderator. Besides asking the world to save us, UNHCR to come to our rescue, what constitutes, for example, coercion? Because if we could coerce, it would not be the number we began with. It has actually shrunk also. You know, would be more than that, because we'd be recruiting. We are not recruiting people to die. No, we're not forcing anybody to join a death trap.
It's very interesting that the police summoned you and threatened you and accused you falsely of so many things, and yet
absolutely
have not called you, invited you to talk about the violations that you're facing as a group.
They did not mention any solution that they have to what is going on. They did not mention that, okay, this is what we think will work. They only told me, be careful. Tell me, how would you read that? So that's what we're talking about. So in the future or short future, if you look for me in Kakuma and you don't see me, then you know what is happening. You don't have to look far. It might not be me, it might be somebody else. But why should it come to that? Why can't they rescue 136 people? We have heard of claims that UNHCR doesn't have the money. Come on, Victor. Since when has UNHCR had money? UNHCR runs on donations, Victor. Everybody knows that. They have an emergency and they call for donations. And rightly hearted people come to their rescue. So,
and the UNHCR,
have they called for donations and failed to get them?
Now that they are explaining to some people that actually the issue is about donations, I do not think that the UNHCR advocating for you and actually obtaining safe passage, like passes for your safe passage from Kakuma to safety, also requires money.
No, it doesn't.
I have heard you all say, UNHCR, if you don't want us, still give us passes so that we can leave this camp safely.
Yes, yes. We have asked for that. You see, there are two faces to UNHCR. It will tell you face to face that, look, if you don't want to be in our camp, you can walk away. And they have told us to our faces, if you want, you can walk away. This was told to us on the 30th of April before we were beaten and tear gassed on their compound. They told us, if you're tired, you can go away. But you know there are roadblocks. Then when you walk away, you'll be arrested for trying to leave the camp illegally, for illegal movements, do you what? You know, they know it's a dead end. That's why it makes sense for them to come out clearly and say the solution they have to this problem. Victor, you're well aware we lost a comrade in Nairobi. What does the world know about his death? Tell me. And why did he have to die? He was under the care of someone, an organization with a world reputation. Do we need to lose another life for the world to see that something is wrong? Something is off. They talk of suicidal ideation. If you put people in these kinds of conditions, why wouldn't they have suicidal thoughts? What choice have you left them? They can't leave and they can't stay because they are being attacked.
Yeah.
Isn't that driving people to death? That kind of trauma, some people can't take it for long, Victor. They break. And when they break, all these people do is document. These people have suicidal ideation. They need some counseling, and we don't even get the counseling. The counseling we have been getting is from you and some other well-wishers outside there. Because these people never come here. So if you trap people in such a terrible environment, why wouldn't they think of suicide? It's some of us that have been in their midst that try to dissuade them from committing suicide. But some people say he cannot take this. Everybody has a breaking point, Victor. Everybody has a breaking point. And it's not the same for everybody. And some of our colleagues are beyond that breaking point. We are disappointed with UNHCR. We are disappointed with those that choose to pick out individuals and save them and rescue them and condemn others. But we are not as disappointed as we are with Geneva UNHCR headquarters. We are quite well aware that they have been engaging AHRC in discussing the plight of refugees on Block 13. What does AHRC have on Block 13? What do they know? What do they know about Block 13? This is an institution that works in a refugee, works, earns a living from refugee problems. How can they vote for their rescue? This is the kind of situation that makes them a living. This is how they make money. Donations. People donate when there is a problem, when there is a need. Now, this kind of need calls for bigger donations. Now, you call such people and sit with them to discuss, are we not humans enough to talk for ourselves? This goes to Geneva. Are we not humans enough to talk about our problems? Must you sit with Melan and Mark Cohen? Since when did we vote them as our spokesperson? They are in their comfort wherever they are. They have not been in touch with Block 13. If Geneva is comfortable to sit with an institution that has financial interest in the problems of Kakuma and give us as that is the position, it's very disappointing. This is an institution that stands with refugees, not institutions that are looking to make a living. We pray that they open their eyes. Talk to us. We are humans with mouths, with lungs. We can breathe, we can talk. Our disappointment is that until now they have not engaged us. But they have engaged all these various parties. Who are these various parties? Who of them is suffering? Who of them has been attacked? We are the key persons in this problem. And we have not been consulted. We have not been spoken to. That's why I'm disappointed. And not just me, everybody in Block 13 is disappointed that we have not been dignified enough to be spoken to about our very own problem. How do you claim you stand with refugees? How? How do you claim refugees are real people? Tell me, Victor. when the headquarters of UNHCR cannot even talk to us. They prefer to talk to organizations that exist in USA about Kakuma. You hold a meeting and all you talk to is a person who is seated, is it San Francisco or wherever? You know those places where they live. Somebody pass this message on to Geneva and tell them, are we not humans? Can't we speak for ourselves? If we are not educated enough to speak to them because they have PhDs and whatever, we shall use an interpreter. But we can speak for ourselves. We do not need HRC to speak for us. Let them speak for those who have signed those documents of theirs that bind them to them. The only documents we possessed were issued by UNHRC and the Kenyan government. Those are the only documents that we have. We have no business with AHRC, and Geneva ought to respect that. Our fare is our fare. If they have any dealings with HRC, they can do that.
It looks as though we have lost friends in Kakuma. I think that you should send another request because I know there's still more to share, and also more people from Kakuma would like to share some things. We also want our finance person in Kakuma to update us about how things are going. You've heard that the UNHCR has not spoken to them, but the UNHCR is in talks with various entities, minus the LGBTQ refugees who are under attack. And Gilbert, on behalf of those in Kakuma, has asked us to send a message to the UNHCR to tell them that they are real human beings on Block 13 that is being erased, and that they can speak for themselves. And that if they are engaging any parties, the refugees under attack need to be engaged too. Until now, the refugees on Block 13 have not been engaged by the UNHCR. Friends out there, you might see documents, statements from the UNHCR saying they're working on these issues, they're engaging the various parties. It is very evident that the UNHCR has not engaged the victims. They've not engaged the victims. How fair is that? It's disheartening. It is disheartening. It is very inhuman. I can proudly and boldly say that that's not okay. Yes, Gilbert, welcome back.
Yes, we lost connection there.
Fine. It's expected.
So, Victor, that is our main challenge. Now, if, for example, UNHCR, that's why we say that it's no longer necessary for us to. There are other ways. And that's why we are saying,
Gilbert, somebody called Alira Dali, you just sent in a message saying choose representatives to talk to UNHCR to present your grievances. I feel for you guys, really. But even countries have citizen committees that speak to authority. Lira, I would like to inform you that the UNHCR has actually heard from these refugees directly through emails. They know who the leadership now is on Block 13. The UNHCR is aware on who the core people are at Block 13.
So Daddy says that we choose representatives back to UNHCR. Is that right? Did I get you right, Victor, there?
Yeah.
Okay. And Daddy speaks as? Would like to know that.
I think that they are a well-wisher here on the show, but have not been following and may not know yet that actually, as the leaders in Kakuma representing others, you have already approached the UNHCR through emails because they will not come to the camp to meet with you.
Mm. Yes, Victor, that is the challenge. Right now, UNHCR is talking through posts. They put out statements. That is how we hear from UNHCR. Now, you tell me, Daddy, and everybody who is watching, is that how UNHCR is supposed to communicate with the refugees under its care? If you are running UNHCR, is that how you would communicate? Would you need first go to a Facebook page to tell refugees that this is what I'm doing? Shouldn't we be seeing what you're doing if you're UNHCR? You see, these are some of the basic things that UNHCR has ignored. Engaging refugees and doing things for refugees. Because if you go to Facebook, it means you're doing this for the ones that are going to read. For us, the things you do for us are here on the ground. And that's why we are saying, where are those? It's not enough to write that we are associated so and so and this and that and this. They put out a very long document. But the question has not answered. All those are irrelevant. Those are irrelevant. The relevant thing is, what are you actually doing that you can put a finger to? Your primary job is to offer protection for the persecuted, for the homeless, for people running from conflicts, for a variety of reasons. Now, we have run to you. You are in charge of protection, and all you do is write a Facebook post, put out letters. Come on, Victor. What are we asking for that is so hard for UNHCR to do? Maybe these are some of the things they need to address. The kind of protection we're asking for is impossible. If it is impossible, then they should say that, under the circumstances, we would love to protect them, but it is impossible. And then somebody else can do the job. Because even if they gave us movement passes and allowed us to move, something that they do not allow at the moment, then we would find a solution somewhere else. You remember, if you were able to listen to the BBC interview, the spokesperson from UNHCR, Dana Hughes, said she reminded us that it's only Kenya in the Eastern Central Africa that can give us asylum. But the officials here, the government officials here, have now and then reminded us that we are illegal in Kenya. They have taken every opportunity to remind us of that. That you see, you LGBTIQ people are not supposed to be in Kenya. You're here illegal. Now, when Dana Hughes refers to the fact that it is the only country that can give us asylum, is that a reason not to protect refugees? Is that a reason not to protect refugees? Just because you're the only one in Eastern Central Africa that can do this? Because at the end of the day, that has not answered the question. Why not protecting them? That's the question that UNHCR has to answer. It can either tell us why it is not protecting us, or how it is going to protect us. And then do that. And all this thing will be done. Victor, that is all we request of UNHCR. But please let our message reach Geneva. We can speak for ourselves.
Geneva. And I think that people on this live show, you can amplify the voice of these people today with Geneva, UNHCR Geneva. We have those emails. You have them. And I know that others are planning protests. But Gilbert, as you prepare some more people to speak to us today, including Bashir for finances, I'll call Doreen on.
I wanted to give you John briefly, and then we can move on to Doreen. Is that okay?
Okay, that's good. Then we'll bring Doreen on afterwards.
Hello.
Hi, so good to see you.
Hi. I'm so happy to hear from you again.
Happy to see you alive.
First of all, yeah, but first of all, thanks for everything. Thanks for your support, the love, and everything all other organizations, that things you're giving us here. We appreciate.
Yes, they are.
My main issue is, yeah, thank you. 3 days ago,
Yes.
I was summoned with my other team of medical nurses, the ones who are helping here at Kakuma, Block 13. We were called by the OCS at the police. So when we went, first of all, he talked to Gilbert a lot, but later he was like, "Hey, you're Joan." And I was like, "Yes." Then he said, like, "You're the one giving medical team like support, first aid." And I was like, "Yeah." And then he said that
Joan,
first of all, we don't need to do this. Pardon?
Joan, the person who is
Yes.
the person who was asking you these questions is the head of police in Kakuma.
Oh, okay.
Is the head of
Yes, Victor.
the person who asked you these questions is the head of police in Kakuma?
Yeah. To intimidate us so that we don't do this anymore. But what I'm doing here is just to give first aid, because even if we call them for help, like ambulance, this is what I do. And
Joan,
actually, he said,
you've been breaking, and I think we missed a lot. Like when they called you, they intimidated you. How did they intimidate you? Like what did they say?
okay, things like I'm injecting people with some substance that helps them to cut themselves when they are not feeling any pain. Can you imagine?
So the police accused you as a nurse who offers first aid of injecting
Mhm.
refugees with something that numbs their bodies
True.
so that they
And
can
it is
cut
not true.
themselves and not feel pain.
True. That's it. And remember, it's not the truth. Actually, here, the only thing we have is in our first aid box, we only have gloves, cotton, iodine, spirits, and these minor things like surgical blades, but nothing like that. So they want to intimidate us and intimidate me, but I'll not stop because these people are cut. And this is the truth. And I'll not give up. With your support, we are ready to fight.
Thank you,
Yeah,
John.
this is not true. Yeah.
I'm sorry
Thank
that.
you, Victor.
How are the girls who were sexually assaulted? How are they doing?
They're okay. I've tried to treat their wounds, dress their wounds. Actually, that's what I do. And now they are fair.
And what
Yeah.
about you? Your blood pressure was high the last time we spoke.
Actually, even last night it was high, but I'm trying. I fell down and they helped me out, but I'm okay. I'm trying to survive.
We will keep standing with you, even if it remains just a few of us. The truth shall prevail.
Thank you, Victor, and thanks everyone. All other organizations, we are really grateful here at Block 13. Thank you so much.
A lot of individuals also that have believed what is happening, more than even organizations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We'll be getting back to you and we'll be talking to Bashir when we return. Thank you so much.
Yes.
For those of you who didn't follow that, Block 13 members have been under attack for a long time. But there was a major attack on June 19th. And there have been several attacks since then. We've had sexual assault. People have been raped. People have been cut with machetes and knives. People's skulls have been cracked. The police has been called several times to no avail. The UNHCR in particular has been informed about these issues. And you have heard from various reports that the UNHCR has responded via their websites and Facebook pages. And in their response, there's misinformation. There's misinformation such as this is a small group of people. The question is, even if they were just two, don't they deserve protection? Misinformation that these, where they kind of insinuate that the small group of people are actually the problem. But really, the only problem you could call a problem is because they are gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, name it, or because they associate with LGBT people. That is the only crime they have committed. It is very clear that other refugees are perpetrating this violence against LGBT refugees. We have seen footage of people whose faces are showing doing these things, moving around the camp with machetes. Those people have not been brought to book. The UNHCR has seen all this. There is documentation of cases that has gone to the UNHCR. The UNHCR knows who to contact in Kakuma camp in case they lost all the documents they have where they have registered refugees. They have email addresses because messages have gone out to the UNHCR. The UNHCR, which is what is so hurtful right now, is that it's not making it even easier. They have said in the documents that they have upped the game of protection in Kakuma. The police is available. The counselors are available and all that. You just heard John and Gilbert testify right now that this week we are ending, the police head in Kakuma, in the area of Kakuma, summoned them, 4 of them, Gilbert, who usually speaks, the key spokesperson, and John and Hannah's team. Yes, Claire has corrected me, the police chief in Northwest, in Kakuma. Yeah, they were summoned by the head of police, the one who is supposed to be protecting these people at Kakuma camp. These people have not been, like, the police is not there even to just protect them. The police has not called the leaders of Block 13 to say, how can we work together to protect you? But the police this week called Gilbert and the 4 nurses, the 4 nurses, and instead threatened them. They have accused John, the head nurse, the lead nurse, of injecting a numbing chemical in the bodies of the refugees on Block 13, so that when they cut themselves and crack their heads, they do not feel pain. Friends, listen to this and tell me why we should not have outrage about what is happening in Kakuma. They are willing to testify, those people. That is why they can tell this to us very openly. The police chief in Kakuma summoned them. They did not summon them to talk about security at the camp. They summoned them, and UNHCR, please listen to us. They summoned them to threaten them, to shut them up. In fact, the nurse, John, was accused. The police chief in Kakuma accused the nurse, John, that she is, because she's the one providing first aid, with money that we have collected to buy first aid materials, because they didn't have that. They are claiming, the police is claiming that John injects all those refugees that you've seen with wounds with a numbing solution so that their bodies can get numb, and then they self-mutilate themselves. They probably they rape themselves. They crack their skulls so that they don't feel pain when they're doing that. How pathetic. These people are threatened by the real institution that is supposed to protect them. Let me tell you, friends out there, a lot of organizations and individuals are believing what the UNHCR is saying. The people on the side and organizations on the side of these refugees are very few. But those of you who are believing the refugees, I request you to stand strong, because the truth shall come out. And all those who have either contributed to this mess or remained silent, refusing to listen to the refugees, will stand to be counted on the wrong side of history. We cannot even have, right now we are having the police threatening those who are speaking out and accusing them of numbing others so that they can cut them themselves, so that they convince the UNHCR. And we still say we do not believe these people who are willing to be investigated. And I'm calling upon human rights organizations who have the resources. Please find a way of doing this investigation. This is a major case. This is a major case. It's just that those of us who are standing up are few and don't have the muscle. So we are all being bullied. The UNHCR is not only bullying the refugees in Kakuma camp, but it is bullying and disrespecting all people who are speaking out against violence perpetrated against LGBTQ refugees and their allies and associates in Kakuma camp. The reality is there is violence. Who is doing it? If the faces we are seeing are not doing it. Is it true, like the police chief is saying, that the refugees are injecting themselves with numbing solutions so that they self-inflict these cuts that we see on themselves? It is not true, friends. It's just that they are very few and we are very few. They are few and we are few. And a lot of organizations are trying to use this very situation to show how powerful they are, how they have ego, and how they are big and important. But in reality, we have human beings, very few, that is true, that are losing their lives on Block 13 in Kakuma camp. As we speak right now, the various signposts that show where Block 13 is have been removed during the week. They have been removed. So you might even go as a journalist to Kakuma camp and you don't find Block 13 because this week the signposts were removed. This is how bad it is. This is how bad it is. And they have spoken out. If we don't keep standing for them, they are going to be threatened even further by that police and UNHCR. Please show up. You've done enough. Some of us, you don't have to engage me, because you might think because I've told it straight to you the way it is, I'm horrible. At least engage them. Engage other human rights defenders who are fighting for them. This is pathetic, to think that they're numbing themselves and cutting themselves. It is not a secret. It is here. We are saying it. This is what they have said. Come and prove us wrong, UNHCR and the Kenyan police, that the police chief did not do that. Refugees in Kenya don't keep quiet. A lot of people have been rape victims. Rape victims among the refugees, not only in Kakuma camp, but in Nairobi. We have rape victims, men and women. A refugee committed suicide in the compound of the UNHCR in Nairobi. Some people are in trouble for reporting that. On a tree at the UNHCR offices in Nairobi, a refugee hung dead. And we still won't stand up for this? A refugee's body hung from a tree in the UNHCR offices compound in Nairobi. And you call us mad for calling that out. calling you out on that. Everybody should be angry for what is happening to these people, both in Kakuma and in Nairobi and any other city in Kenya. It is true that LGBT is a special interest group. Homophobia is real in Africa, and so it is in Kenya and in the camp. We are killed in our countries. I am fucking USA. I don't like to be here, but I am here because I was not safe in Uganda. How can a police chief say that these people are injecting themselves with medicine to numb them so they cut each other and themselves and they don't feel pain? And we remain silent. We will rise up when one human being is shot by the police, is slapped by the police, is verbally abused by the police. But we remain silent when this is happening, when they're actually silencing refugees who have been attacked. Some of them are having permanent damage. Some of them require to go to hospital in Nairobi for treatment because of the kind of damages that they have. We still have refugees who are still oozing pus out of their anal areas because of rape. We have women who have been raped and their reproductive system have been shattered. And we still remain silent. We have children whose limbs have been broken by other refugees because they are children of LGBT refugees. And we remain silent, or we bring politics in this campaign. And we choose to wait for the UNHCR to speak out. It is speaking out to you. While UNHCR has told you this small group of people are troublemakers, this small group of people are doing what they're doing to each other or themselves. These are crimes. This silence is a crime. I can stand for this, that UNHCR, your refusal to engage yourselves and your energy and resources in this issue is a crime against humanity. Come and prove to us that it is not true that these people have been raped by others. Come and prove to us that these people have actually got machetes and cut themselves. And all those organizations out there that are advising the UNHCR to keep refugees in Kakuma camp, come and testify and tell us how you're planning to protect them in an African refugee camp if you cannot protect them in their home countries. Tell us how you protect them in a melting pot of African cultures if you cannot protect them in their single countries with 1, 2, 3 cultures. No politics in the lives of human beings. We will protect dogs, for heaven's sake. The police chief in Kakuma is committing crimes, and nobody, because we don't have the power to bring them down, nobody's saying anything. People are going crazy. Human beings, they have lost their dignity. The police has got these people in Kakuma Block 13 to have sex with each other just for the police to be entertained. They can testify, and they will testify. They have been forced to have sex with each other by the police in Kakuma. If it is not true, come and let us know. If it is not true, come and let us know. Prove us wrong. That is the reason we have human rights organizations. Kakuma Sen, the network is not good. Try sending, use another phone to send that message that you're trying to bring through here. Friends who are believing our friends on Block 13, I encourage you not to give up. You're going to hear a lot of bullshit. We have people who protect LGBTQ people in Kakuma. When they're attacked, they run to some houses. Those houses of even Sudanese women have been attacked. Those Sudanese nationals who have protected LGBTQ people have been attacked. There is an old woman who has been even raped for supporting or just protecting LGBT people. You might say it's hearsay, UNHCR, but we have LGBTQ refugees here on this live every week talking about these issues. And you know the good thing, thankfully, they have not yet been killed. It means you can access them. But you have not accessed them. They are human rights organizations who will proudly say, we cannot do an investigation on this. We've talked to parties in Kakuma. We've talked to all parties in Kakuma, and it looks like this is very complicated. But among the parties they have spoken to, they have not spoken to the victim, a human rights organization. A human rights organization will speak to everybody, including perpetrators, including I'm losing even my vocabulary, but opportunistic organizations are being asked about the situation of LGBTQ refugees on Block 13 in Kakuma. But the refugees themselves have not been approached, and a human rights organization can release information saying, we are sorry, we cannot do anything further because we have approached parties on the ground. When even the UNHCR is saying the same thing, but have not approached the LGBTQ victims. Do not be threatened, world. Those of you who are supporting LGBTQ refugees in Kakuma, I trust, I believe them. These refugees are like a young girl who has been molested by either family member or a village member or a teacher or a priest. And they start being silenced because they cannot embarrass that person. Usually they are not believed. This is what is happening to LGBTQ refugees. This is like rape of a group of people by somebody in power. That's an analogy. So we have to keep quiet to protect certain names. But I refuse to do so, and I know some of you have refused to do so. The fact is that you will find that this child was actually raped. You will find that this little boy was touched. You will find that this uncle or father or mother actually did this. All we need to do is remain standing. This is what happens in the world. Human rights organizations are running away from their responsibility to protect. How can anybody, any human rights organization say they have done investigations when they have not talked to the victim? How can the UNHCR say they have taken care of this when they have not talked to the victim, and up to now the police is threatening those who have spoken out? What happens tomorrow if we find Gilbert, Joan, and all the other nurses, Benon, Bashir, all the leaders, Trinidad, Canary, everybody dead? Who do we blame? We know who to blame. It is happening, friends. It is happening, and we are silent. And those of us who are talking out, a few, there should be outrage. The refugees asked us for protests in the different cities of the world. Those who can, please do it. They asked us. They just asked you today to write to Geneva, to UNHCR Geneva, and ask why they are not intervening in this situation when actually the refugees are accessible. Yes.
Yes, Victor.
Yes, how are you?
I'm not okay. This is Jordan.
Yes, Jordan.
Yes, I want to clarify on the issue of the signpost,
Yes.
because I was the first person to call the UNHCR. And when I called the helpline, they told me they are not concerned about the issue of the signpost. Then they were telling me to inform the block leader. I tried to call, but the first person whom I called for the UNHCR, he turned my phone off. I had to call back. It was the same thing. They were telling me the same things, that they are not concerned about the signposts. Because I know that the signposts are good for our well-being here. So I was telling them that they are trying to erase us from here. The LGBTI have had different and grave incidents as a person and here at Block 13. Just here.
We can't see. We can't.
Yes, this
Oh,
is what the Clinic 7 was saying, that it was a scratch. That it's a scratch. But the signpost, really, UNHCR, they are trying to hide something. That's what I can tell you. They are trying to hide something. What they are talking is not what is on the ground. It's true.
thank
We
you,
are
Jordan.
having grave incidents. Yeah.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you for that. And those out there, this is somebody who is saying they made a call to the UNHCR on the helpline that the UNHCR talks about. And that is what they were told when they reported that the signposts that show where Block 13 is have been removed. The UNHCR on the helpline said they're not concerned about that.
Yeah.
Thank
They
you,
are not
Jordan.
concerned.
Thank you so much.
Yes, hi, Victor.
Oh, Trinidad. Good to see you
Yes,
too.
what up?
Yeah.
Good to see you too. You know, once again, I'm here to speak
Mhm.
because this is not a happy momentous epoch for me to speak, but because out of that anger and pain I'm feeling in my heart, man, I don't know. I don't know the fuck is happening here, because some couple of 2 days back, I woke up while I was walking around. All the signposts had been taken away, had been pulled down. All right. I thought, oh, maybe some people had come out, these crap guys, to steal everything because they are metallic. But to my dismay, the rest of the signposts, that were in that same place with the signpost indicating block 13 where it is, still stood. To be certain, I had to move around to see what's happening, what's taking place. Because I knew there were 3 points where those signposts were. I found out everywhere all the signposts were taken and pulled down and taken off. Then I thought to myself, isn't this a mastermind going on? Someone is trying to wipe off B13 out of desperation, out of their soft, I don't know how should I call it, their soft desires, you know. They're trying to block off them. They wipe us out of the map. I don't know what is bound to happen next. But the fact is real. We're tired of B13. We've seen enough. We've had enough. We've experienced enough. Not particularly me as a person, but everyone here. If I talk about Trinidad as himself, I'll be cheating some very many people, innocent souls, young kids, women, men, and everyone there. So I'm really concerned. I'm very concerned about this act. Why is it that at this time, whereby outcries have been going out outside the world about Block 13, that everything concerning Block 13, marking Block 13 are being brought down? UNHCR is gonna try to kill us from here. Like how they said that we are just asylum seekers, we're not even refugees. You know, I know one day I might die from here, but silence means yes. I'm not bound to keep quiet. I won't keep quiet, whether they want, whether they don't. Even if they imprison me. Just yesterday, I saw my friends, the fair nurses who have ever helped me. I've ever helped everyone here at Block 13, being some of the police station over some false duplicated allergies that they are trying to encourage some people to make them numb such that they can cut themselves. But they are the same people who have ever called us, not just me, 8 of us. And only to find that they are trying to question us about something that we are threatening to kill someone sitting in that fucking office in Geneva. Mr. Philip Grandi, the head of UNHCR, whom I have never seen physically, whom very many people in the world have never seen, who doesn't even reply to us, to our emails, who seems that he's as if he's a ghost. But you are that large office working on behalf of us, that who takes himself to be helping us, that we are alleging to kill him on the same police station. So what the fuck are you telling me that these nurses were summoned to answer some fucking shit they can't even explain because they have never done them? This is the reality. We are talking about the reality. I don't want anyone to come out and lie to the world. UNHCR, when I grew up, when I started, I thought this was an organization, a humanitarian organization meant to save lives, to protect lives, everyone in need. But on contrary, this was a bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's meant to kill lives because they are trying their best to silence us. Of course, they know when I'm still alive, when everyone here is still alive, you will never hear anything from Block 13. The only answer is one, to kill us. That's when they can silence us. So what's the last option? Victor, let's look at the large scope. How the heck can any sane person come and tamper with just a metallic signpost in the middle of the refugee camp? We are not on the extreme end. We're just in the middle. It's just metallic. It's a non-living thing, man. Someone takes it down because we are talking about it, because we have taken some couple of selfies on it, showing the world where we are. Someone comes, vandalizes it, takes it away. Then when you try to contact the people responsible, they tell you that, you know what, we're not responsible. We don't know that. Liaise with the block leaders. Yet they already know that the block put us in, where they dumped us. It's a fucking homophobic man from that homophobic community which has cut me more than 5 times. Do you expect any positive answer from there? It was a grave mistake that some of us took that hard decision, decided to move to Kenya, just end up in Kakuma. I wish I was cut in my country. I wish I died in my country. This wouldn't have happened from here. This is not my land. I shouldn't even dare to see my blood water these grounds of Turkana land in Kenya, a foreign land I had never set my feet on. I had just read it in the books, but my blood is water in this soil. I would have been in my country. I die, they bury me in a, maybe whether decent or non-decent, that wouldn't be a problem, but I would know that maybe someone understood me. Maybe someone felt pity because of me. But dying from a land where everyone who sees you sees bullshit he can never love even to talk to or to speak to. Where those people whom I can even walk to the nearest small, like a leather braid, like this, small like this. They tell me, go away, you homo, you gay, you sugar, literally meaning gay. That's kind of bullshit I'm talking about. That's the kind of bullshit UNHCR is trying to hide. I'm tired of this fucking shit. UNHCR is trying to ditch us. It has ditched us. And I'm tired of this. I won't bother to see all my friends crying, sobbing out of these shitty attacks and genocides around. Look at her, as small as she is. Someone trying to kill her, to cut her, kill for. Victor, I don't think I can even add more. Get on.
Victor,
Yes, Admire.
how are you? I'm pissed. I'm telling you, I'm pissed. How are you? Because as for me, I'm not okay. Victor, yes, if they are saying they are not the ones who removed these posts, someone made a call. Yes, you said that we don't even know anything about the posts. Yes, they had to come down here and investigate what we are talking about. Yeah, they take us for fools. We are not fools here. No, we really do understand every single thing going on. Men of LGBTs are educated. We are, yes, we are not fools. They had to come down here and see what we are exactly talking about. This is all the time, this is what I'm saying. You know, they say these things do not happen when they are not here. They don't come down here to investigate. Now someone talked about the posts. They are the ones that put the posts. The posts are removed, but you've not come to see what people are talking about. Why are they not here? They were necessary in the first place, you know?
Yeah.
But they are removed and they are not even concerned in any way. So we are like fools. We are there to be fooled.
Yeah.
We are not. So what comes into the mind of the whole world? If you're not hiding anything, why can't you come down here to explain? They send you to block leaders. From block leaders to the police, everyone is denying. Then who removed them? Yes, if they were stolen, come down and investigate. Get to know who stole the posts. That is what we are talking about. That is what we are complaining about. You know? Honestly, I don't understand. I don't understand.
Because honestly, we are passing through a lot. We are facing a lot. You know the other incident of girls?
Yes, on Sunday.
We've never seen any official down here. No one has ever came here to talk to us. You know, at least to console these people. We need counselors at least to talk to us. But they are just hiding. Why are they hiding? Why is the UNHCR is hiding? I'm asking myself that. Why are they hiding? Why don't they want to talk to us? So it means everything that they say, everything that they are denying, it is all true. That is what we get. Even though it's you, even though it's anyone out there, that is what you should get in your head. Why should you deny if what you're saying is true? Then come and talk to these people who are complaining. Try to tell the truth. Yes, maybe you may have plans and you don't want to expose them in the first place, but come to talk to people. Communication is the best way for people to do understand. That is why we are doing it. We are trying to make these people understand what we are going through communication. Let the UNHCR come down here and communicate with us. They need to talk to us, but they are hiding. It means everything we are saying is true. They mean it is true. You know, why would they hide? That is my question. Why do they hide from us? We are humans, we are not monsters that we have its fears to look at us or talk to us. We are very calm people and we are very good listeners. You know, it is only that these people they do lie to us. That is the only problem. That is why also sometimes we go wild because they do lie to us. So with this post thing, they are saying no, this one is saying no, the police doesn't know, the block leader doesn't know anything, the UNHCR still, they don't know anything. Then who took the posts? Why is it not investigated? Isn't it serious to us? It is a point. To hide us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what they're trying to do. Like they want to tell the world that we do not exist anymore. Maybe one day, one time, a statement will come out and say, all LGBTIs are being allocated to Nairobi. When it is not true, we are still here. Yeah.
They've told a lot of lies. They told a lot of lies. And UNHCR, with all due respect, a lot of the things you have said are lies. Lies.
Yeah, they are lying to us. They are lying to us.
Hi, Victor.
Yes, hi.
I'm Kevin.
Kevin,
Actually,
hi.
about the nice to meet you. Actually,
yeah.
About the block and the signpost. If UN is saying that they are making investigation, if yes, they investigated and they found out that our nurses are giving injections to those people who are attacked, why don't they come on ground and make full research? If they really say that we are actually, as they say, a small group of people in Block 13, then why are they removing everything that is indicating Block 13? If we really don't exist, why does really Block 13 bothers them a lot? Ever since we came back from the UNHCR compound, the attacks we've been getting, we've never gotten any UN officials to come on ground and investigate. We were beaten on date 19th and date 18th. Our houses were burnt. We lost almost everything. They've never come out and see what's really going on. It's a rainy season right now. We have kids, remember? We have a pregnant mother, expecting mother.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
they don't bother to come and see what is really going on with the kids that are in this situation that we are going through. Okay, yes, we don't exist, we elders. But what about those young generation who are still young, who know nothing about anything that is happening right now? What is really UNHCR want from us? Dead people? because we just don't know what is really going on. Being part of LGBT is, I don't know, is it a crime? If it wasn't going to host us in their country, Kenya, as they say, they wouldn't have registered us. They gave us their manifest and they promised the following, including protection, safe houses, and the rest, of which we've never gotten any of the things that it is saying that we should get. As we refugees, we were once threatened that if we make further noise on social media and elsewhere, we are going to be repatriated to our home countries. Of course, it's okay. We'd rather die from our home country than dying in this foreign land. Seriously. It's not a place. We really need UNHCR to at least tell us if it will be possible to help us and let us know. If it won't be possible, let it indicate to us. Why are they scared to come on ground and talk to us? We're also human. We listen. We want to know what's going on and what is going to happen next. Why don't they really come out and talk? Do they first want to see a dead person? People are being raped. People are beaten. It's not even a week when the group of Recipients were beaten. They stole everything that belonged to them. Shame. Do you know what it means to feel shame in a community that you're staying in, of which you don't even know for how long are you going to be in that community? We are also human. We have heart. We have blood. We feel the pain and we bleed. If UNHCR is not going to take action, it's better we know about that. It's better we know about that. Let them not play about, actually, let it not play around with our lives. We have future goals. We have future plans. But we can't think further in this place. This place is so hostile. The people who are living it are all homophobic. From the block leader, the security leader, whoever is in this place, they're not friendly. They are saying, one day actually they told us they are going to meet with the community leaders and the people near us, around us, and we settle, we talk and like be friends. Like, how can we really be friends with people who want us dead? Is that safe? Is that being fair? Can we really talk with people who want us dead? Now look at me. Most of the time when I move, people are like, are you a girl or are you a boy? I had that question. Because they always ask me that question. And I just don't give a damn. I am what I am, and I'm actually proud of that. But when I go to the police when I get something, or maybe when I get an insult, I talk to the police, they always say, keep a low profile. How will we keep a low profile? This is me, and I will never change. I will never be anybody else. And I will never change for anything else. If you go to the police, actually, when we were just back from the UNHCR compound, they told us, actually, one friend of ours was attacked. We went to the police report. They told us, hey, Kuma, you're still around. We thought you were evacuated. Your help is no longer in the camp. It was from the police that said, that was told to us by the UNHCR, that it is going to give us protection. Like, seriously, if you run to someone to give you protection and ask you such a question, how would you feel? Would you go back and ask for help again? They said they are going to give us 24-hour surveillance. But see now, there is no policeman, there is no anything. But they can find out and call our nurses who help us. Because actually me, I'm asthmatic. I have a problem with my chest and breathing and stuff. Because all the things were stolen at the UNHCR compound. So if those people who are trying to keep our lives, I don't even know how I can say it. Those people who are still keeping us alive, and you're calling them that they are giving some other people some injection just to make insecurities. Like, seriously, do you need a crutch on your body just because you need attention? Can you do that? If you can't do that, then who else can? Nobody can. We all need lives. We need lives. We need to see. I don't even know what to say, but all I can say, UNHCR is not, if it's not going to help us, let us know, because we listen, we understand the language that they are talking, we do understand everything, and let them not fool us thinking that we are kids, that they are going to say, sit there and wait for what is going to come. They will be always be like, lockdown, now corona is no longer there. Because if you see the situation that we are in right now, the places that we sleep, a one shelter is shared more than 20 people. Can corona be avoided in the situation that we are in? If you don't want to come to the ground and investigate about what is going to happen or what is happening, and yet the people that you're telling that corona is there, they are sleeping more than 20 in the one house. Like, seriously, that's just fake. They're just faking with us. Let them hide, let them stop hiding behind their ACs and sitting in their swinging chairs, like pretending to be working on us when they are doing nothing. Let them come out. Let them come on the ground. Let them come and sit with us. As they always say they want to sit with our neighbors. Let them first sit with us, know what we want, and then go and do what they're supposed to do. Let them, like, they shouldn't think for us. We are old enough. We know what we want. We can decide for what we want to do and what we don't want to do.
Thank you, Kevin. Oh, Claire. What's
Victor,
happening,
how
Claire?
are you?
I am not okay.
How are
You
you?
don't mind.
For me, I'm afraid of the situation and I don't know what to do because of what we are going through here.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, let me talk about the situation which we are facing. And what I know and what I think and what we all think that UNHCR is trying to hide us.
Mm.
Why am I saying this? We woke up one night and we found when the signposts are not there, which shows that this is block 13. And all we are put it down and we don't know where we are taken. So we asked ourselves that these people are trying to hide the block and even trying to hide us. So why are they doing that? Are we not in existence? Because we do really exist in Kakuma and we really suffer a lot. And when
Yeah.
try to raise our voices, they try to threaten us.
Mm.
And for how long will that be happening to us? And whenever we try to tell the world what we really face, and they say that we try to do those things by ourselves, and they have started threatening our nurses who try to help everyone here.
Pathetic.
So, Victor, what are we supposed to do? We came and we thought that we are going to be helped. We cannot even walk. We cannot even do anything here. It's like we are, I don't know.
We are all listening, Claire.
You know, I myself, that's why I reached to an extent of trying to end my life, to hang myself.
You know, Claire, it's been a lot, and I thank the therapists who have been working with you and all your friends there. I know it's been very difficult for you, Claire, but I ask you to
It
hang
has
on.
been too difficult.
Yeah. Hang on. Just hang on. Just hang on. One day it's going to be morning. The night is long. It's going to be morning. Hang on, please.
But I cannot even, Mr. Victor, for me, if possible, I really want to end certain place which can be helpful, which can be good for me and which can be safe for me, just because I had no transport and I had nothing to use because of this fucking LGBT. They are saying that we are in it is done. I think, but they are trying to tell us that COVID is still going on. And how can you tell me that us we who sleep in such situation, we cannot be affected with that COVID? We sleep, main people in, we have just only a few houses, and those houses are just meant for the kids and for those people who are sick. We cannot stay in those houses as we, all of us here at Block 13, and we really sleep outside in too much rain, in everything. We are affected, we are sick, many people have been injured, you know. And as with girls, you know, let me first talk about with transgenders. We are many. I know some of them are not showing up themselves, but they are many, and we are many. And they try to enter into our inboxes and try to threaten us that stop posting those things, stop posting, stop doing what you're doing. And you know, one day I got a call from a certain official from minister and told me that you're running mad. Please, we can get you a counselor such that you can be cancelled. And you know, because of the the post which I posted last time, which was telling about how I feel, and he told me that if you don't go to see the doctor, we are going to put something on your file. And they told me that if you do not change your dressing code, we are going to arrest you. Into my inbox, and I will share that thing to you. So what are we supposed to do really, Mr. Victor? What are we supposed to do? That's why sometimes you don't see me.
Yeah,
That's why you don't see me.
Morris, following your trend, Claire, and I ask you to really hang on, Claire. Uh, just hang on, come out and rescue people, to rescue Block 13. Just hang on to that dear life, my friend, my sister. Just hang on to dear life. And I encourage you to continue speaking to Dr. Miller and Helen Thompson, whoever you want to speak to. Let me know. We Claire.
But do
We will,
those people want us to die?
they want you to
I
die.
think those people just want us to die. Because they have started silencing us slowly by slowly. And we have no voice. When we try to talk, they say that even they can say that they give us everything, each and everything, that we are safe and we are being protected, that ambulance there 24 hours, 24/7, and that we get treatment, and that we get all the needs which we want. And even, I don't know.
Claire, joy comes in the morning, and it will come. It will come. Me and your friends that are listening to you and others who are not able to be here will keep fighting. We will not remain silent until the last person is saved. We still stand with you, but hang on to dear life and let me know when you need those counselors to speak to. I will speak to Bashir or whoever you want to speak to. You will.
Okay, Victor, but we are scared. We're really scared. We are scared. If they cannot work on us, please let them leave us and we go. Let us go and look for other places which can give us protection. Let us go. I know, Victor, I myself, we came here using our own legs. No one brought us here. If I brought myself, instead of being in such situation where I fear to walk, where sometimes I get nightmares. Whenever I sleep, I cannot sleep properly because of the fear. I cannot do anything which I want because of the fear. You know, walking everywhere, it's difficult. You know, we have partners and we do really have our partners. day, I spend the whole day, or we spend the whole day here, seated, just seated, not moving even. When we try, if okay, it's like they told us that we should walk, we should get our people to escort us, even if if that like something like 5 or 2 people, even if when you are 6 in number.
Okay. Claire, the connection is really being bad, and I hope that you guys can send another request. I want to tell you, Claire has also been a big victim in the camp, and she told you herself she's attempted suicide many times, and that is true. In fact, it is one of the reasons that we had to make a call initially for more counselors to come and give a virtual counseling to the refugees on Block 13. And I would like to thank Dr. Mila. I would like to thank Helen Thompson and the whole team from the UK. I would like to thank those from Australia and here in the US, David C. Horn, Shane Phillips, all those who have been there for these refugees and offering counseling to them. I thank you. Shit is real. It is real. I have spoken to most of them myself, and I am not even a counselor, but the things that you hear are terrible. And the UNHCR will say that they are lying, or even their advisors, the organizations that are advising them, will say that they are lying, when in reality, they are ready to even be investigated. They are ready to face it all. The organizations and UNHCR that are saying they're exaggerating will not even show up, let alone coming physically, but they will not even show up virtually. Today, we are receiving medicine via the internet. We are talking to our doctors via the internet. Kids across the world are receiving instruction from their teachers via the internet. But the UNHCR will not up its game to even virtually visit the refugees. Human rights organization in the world cannot up your game to virtually visit the refugees. Yet you can virtually hold conferences. But you cannot virtually, via the internet, talk to these refugees, investigate, start the process of investigation. It is disheartening. I believe them, and many of us believe them. The truth is that the threats are growing. Right now, the police chief in Kakuma has threatened their lead spokesperson, Gilbert, and also their nurses, Joan and Tim. They have been accused of injecting numbing chemicals in the bodies of the refugees on Block 13, and that once they are numb, then they begin to cut themselves, self-inflict that harm that you have been seeing on themselves, so that they don't feel pain when they're doing it to themselves. The police chief is doing this, and now that they have said it, they are likely to even be threatened more. So stand warned that we might have many of them even arrested by that same police for speaking out. The reason UNHCR, that refugees in Kakuma camp have spoken out this way via social media, is because they have spoken out before. They have written letters. They sent you a petition and a letter earlier this year, which was never responded to. They have written emails that have not been responded to. Those are reports. Claire just said she has been threatened by UNHCR officials via email in the inbox, and they're telling her, if you don't keep quiet, you have a problem. In fact, you have a problem in the head. We want to bring you a therapist. But they are not taking care of what she is reporting. Instead, they are diagnosing her with madness and telling her to shut up, or they put this on her file. This is threatening people. This is a crime, and this is human rights violations by those in power. We can't continue like this. Let me bring on some of the allies, so that we get Yes, Shan.
Hey, Victor, how's it going? It's
It's
really
good.
nice to be here today. I think
Yes.
I'm really pissed off today, so I'm not going to really have a filter. So if I say something you don't expect, just be shocked. First of all, I want to talk about something real quick, but I don't think enough things get talked about. When the Nazi regime was in order, 11 million Jews died in a concentration camp, in concentration camps across Germany, just like what UNHCR is doing here. And these officials want to say that nurses are putting numbing agents in these asylum seekers so they can cut themselves. What about all the doctor receipts that you have? What about all the documentation that you have? What about all the information you have against them? This organization is going down. We are doing a protest at Washington. I am talking to Black Lives Matter in Washington, D.C. today. We're going to make this happen. These people deserve respect. They deserve freedom. They deserve everything that everybody else is doing. And I'm going to talk about something else real quick. And I don't care who gets pissed off at me in California. Melanie and Mark Cohan and Melanie Nathan. Put a cease and desist order on me. I don't give a fuck because I'm going to tell the truth. You're not doing your job. You're making money off the pain. What you're doing. You're making money off the pain and affliction of these asylum seekers. You have never been to Kenya. I've been to Kenya once in 2015. I've had a chance to visit some of these asylum seekers. I've had a chance to walk in the slums. I've had a chance to go to Nairobi and visit some of these people and spend time with them personally. You have not been to Kenya once. Mark Cohan, you have not been to Kenya once. And you're sitting there making money off these people. As you sit in your luxury home or your luxury apartment in downtown San Francisco or in Canada where Mark Cohan is from. And if anybody speaks against these people, you're ready to put a cease and desist order on them because you're a lawyer. Put a cease and desist order on me. I got documentation. I got messages that you have threatened these asylum seekers. I got messages that you threatened to hurt these asylum seekers. Do what you want to me because I am not going to stop standing. And as far as UNHCR, we're coming for you. We're coming for you because we're going to be outside your office and I'm going to have a sign with Grandi's name on it. Grandi, I'm coming for you. Andrew Ginsburg, who quit UNHCR to get away from this, we're coming for you. I'm not going to stop standing. These are my brothers and sisters. I counsel these people, at least 3 or 4 of them a week. Me and Jeff have been on the phone trying to stop suicides. Wilford Roach has been on the phone trying to stop suicides. Walter Johnson's been on the phone trying to stop suicides, along with your team as well. And people like Mark and Melanie want to align themselves with the Kenyan government and the UNHCR and call herself a UN official so she can make money off it and they can make money off it. This is not a business, ladies and gentlemen. These are people that need help. And if you're going to make money off suffering people, you're a sick human being. Because after what happened in Germany, the UN was formed and said no more. We will have no more genocide. What happened in Rwanda? What happened in Cambodia? What happened in the Slavic countries? They didn't give a fuck. And right now, they don't give a fuck again. Because they are above everybody as an organization, and it's about time we get together as Americans, as Europeans, as Australians, and as Africans, and as people in people in South America. We need to get together and say no more. It ends here. It all ends here. Sorry, I'm a little bit fired up.
Thank you, Shan. It is lives that are at stake. And that is how you feel. That is how you say it.
Well, it's not enough is being said. I mean, every single night before I go to sleep, I'm sitting there crying in my family room. What do I do?
It's terrible. Like, it's really
God
terrible.
leave me.
We get from Kakuma. I think that friends, as you have heard, let us keep standing. Shan, as soon as you know when the protest in DC is happening, please let us know so that we start mobilizing masses that will be there.
I
And
don't care if I have to do it alone. I'll do it alone. I don't care.
now
I
we are
mean,
saying that when you know the date and time, please let everybody know so that people can get to DC if they can.
and the listeners out there, real quick, this has been going on for 6 years in Kakuma. This is not just something new. This has been going on for 6 years. When Derek almost died in 2017, nobody gave a shit. You couldn't talk to any of these people. When other people almost died in the camp, nobody gave a crap. And this has been going on for 6 years, and you can't talk to these people. These people don't want nothing to do with you. Our tax money pays for their salaries. Not only that, they're receiving all these organizations, off religious organizations to protect refugees and asylum seekers. As far as I'm concerned, with the whole thing with UNHCR, they've aligned themselves with the Kenyan government. And the Kenyan government doesn't like gays. Okay, so we don't have to like gays. But that's not the bylaws that you actually have on your contract. You have bylaws to protect your people in your camps. And this is like a Nazi concentration camp. You're not allowed to leave or you'll get arrested without a pass. But you're not protected inside as well. It's absolutely bullshit. It's unnecessary. This is no different than what happened in Nazi Germany. And it's about time, as people across the world, we stand up for these people. And you know, not to bring up Mark and Melanie again, their people aren't harmed by any of these people. And Block 7, what have you ever heard of any stories in Block 7 where their people were being attacked? No, not at all, because she's there to protect them. But these people in Block 13, she don't give a fuck about them because she's not making money off them. They don't want to sign the power of attorney form where she can control them. They want to be free people, so you want to let them suffer. Your days are over, Mark and Melanie. Your days are over, UNHCR. There's going to be a lot of people coming for you. There's already been a bad article already about her in the San Francisco, I think it's the San Francisco Chronicle. People see what's going on. It's going to end. It's going to end. And there's going to be a time and place when we're all as one walking in the streets of Nairobi, going right to the Kenyan capital, asking for freedom. And when that day happens, I'll be there to help lead it.
Thank you so much, Shen. Thank you, and thanks for all the support that you put towards freedom for these people in Kakuma. Thank you for
stop.
And thank you, and please let us know. Please, when you have a date and the time, let us post it on our social media so that those who can be there in Washington, D.C.
I love everybody there, and I just want to give a shout out to everybody. I love you all there.
Thank you, Shen. Yeah, that is Shen Phillips from RCI, one of the groups that is supporting refugees in Kenya. I think that we will be going shortly if there are no other invitations. I saw Doreen, I haven't seen you in a long time, but I know that you're not doing so well health-wise, but we still need you alive and on board. You're the mother of the people in Kakuma, and they need you, and also their ambassador in Nairobi. It would have been great to hear from you. However, you're not able to be here. It is very evident that everybody is gone now, and I just wanted to leave this other song for you all. Shen Phillips, I thank you. I thank you for being here, and I think that intimidation is what I am hearing. Intimidation from the UNHCR, intimidation from some human rights organizations, intimidation from the police. You know, a lot of lies coming from so many places. The best I can say to everybody in Kakuma and outside, well, let us face the storm. Let us face it together, hold hands together and face it. The UNHCR is my biggest problem. And UNHCR, you have lied about the lives of these people. You have lied about your interventions. I can be held for that, accountable for those words, particular words that I have said, because I can prove you wrong for what you are saying. We will have Kakuma here with their last words, and then, all right, let us have the last word from Kakuma.
Hi.
Hey, hi, how are you? Hey, hear you, we see you. Benon, ah, okay. You guys might want to send another request. Nazi from South Africa. This is a transgender activist from South Africa, Nazi Flavin, based in South Africa, but originally from Burundi. Nazi, your internet is not connecting very well. I'll have you, Kakuma, one more time. If it doesn't work, we will live and call it a day. How are you?
I'm fine.
I've seen you in the videos before.
Yeah.
Do you want to speak to me? Has anybody asked you to speak to me, or you want to speak to us yourself?
I want to speak to you.
Okay, I'm here. What is your name?
Arafat.
Okay, how old are you, Arafat? Arafat, are you 18?
No?
You're younger than 18?
Yeah.
Is your mother or father there?
My mother's around.
Can they come on the camera and we make sure that they want you they want you to be speaking on the camera?
My mom is Juliet.
Oh, Juliet. Juliet, please come and confirm that this is fine. Arafat, I always do this with a child. I know Juliet.
Yeah.
Yes, Juliet.
She's coming.
Okay. Can we have Bashir with the finances as we wait for Juliet and Arafat?
You're going to be ready. You confirm whether you speak or not. You confirm.
Okay. Juliet.
Yes, yes, please.
I see Arafat is here. Arafat is your son. Arafat is young. I just wanted to make sure that you are aware that he's speaking to us.
Yes, of course.
And is
Yeah,
that
I'm
fine?
aware of this, and we are going through this together. So he can
Okay.
speak.
All right. Thank you. Arafat, we're here for you. Big man, Arafat. I'm called Victor, and I'm happy to. I've seen you in the pictures and videos. You want to speak in English or in Luganda or another language?
English.
English? Hey, let
Yeah.
me hear you. Talk to me, Arafat. What's
You
happening?
see here on this. You see on this blog,
Yeah.
we sleep outside. Sometimes when it rains, we look for shelter, but the shelter is not enough. Last time when we are going to the market, we found Sudanese when they are moving on their way. They are asking my mother that what is your country? They started to pull her the t-shirts saying, what is your country? Out of fear,
I said that we are Congolese.
Why did you say you're Congolese?
To leave my mother alone because I was terrified.
Because if you're Ugandan, you'll be attacked.
Yeah.
I understand, Arafat. But how are you doing as a child? Are you able to walk around on your own?
No.
It is tough, Arafat. But your parents, your mother, and other people, and us, their friends, we are trying whatever we can to make things better. We are trying to cry out to the leaders in the world to help so that your life can be saved.
Okay.
I ask you to remain strong. It's not easy, but remain strong. Just know that you are loved by so many.
Okay.
I love you, Arafat.
Now you see. Last time when the Sudanese attacked, we are playing. They attacked. Now the children they were running, and one fell down. He got a scar here on the forehead.
Go ahead.
Even one got a sprain.
They got a sprain.
Yeah.
Did they get treatment?
Excuse me?
Did they get treatment?
Did they get treatment?
Yeah, they got treatment.
That's good. Arafat, you are a child and you don't deserve to be going through this.
Yeah.
But justice, you know what justice is? It will prevail. It is still tough, but one day it's going to be bright in the morning and we will all be in a better place. You have a lot of friends here. Guys online, if you can send hearts for Arafat, that will be great for Arafat to know that you are there and the other children. Just click on those hearts for Arafat and the other children. They will be good for them. Arafat, you are loved. And some people here and given money to buy the toys that you guys are using and some of the candy and those hearts are those hearts that you see are for you and the children. You are loved.
Yeah.
You are
Okay,
loved.
thank you for that.
And just yes, we love you so much, Arafat, and we'll talk when things are better. Okay?
Yeah.
Come.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good night. Say good night to all. We love them.
Bye.
Okay, can we have Bashir and then we close this, friend?
No, this last first.
Last
But not the least.
All right.
Hello, Victor Mkasa.
Yes, hello.
My name is Kambugu Mubaraka.
Oh, that's Mubarak.
AKA there is Naz. You've seen me on Facebook, I think. We've talked sometime.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm among the people in this community. I've been trying to keep a low profile. I didn't want to come to this camera for some reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was among the people that he went to prison with Bashir and the Musa Mulumba and another person called Mweza Jumapil. Since then, I've been being threatened by those officers. And I didn't want to show my face anywhere.
By the police, yeah.
I've gone through a lot. I went through a lot. I know there's an email we sent to you and you know what we went through. The four people that were imprisoned on 26th of November last year. We spent 84 days there, but it was total agony there.
Yes.
Still coming back to the community, most of the things that have happened to us, my friends have already told you.
Yeah.
We are really suffering. We are real suffering.
Yeah.
I don't know any other term I can use better than that, but it is more than that. We are real suffering. People out there should know we are suffering. They should come to our rescue. We need to be evacuated from this place as soon as possible. Kids, you've had one, he has told you just a little about what is happening here. We are sleeping outside. I don't know whether there's any other person out there who can spend a month, another month sleeping outside. When it rains, you stand, when you're everything, wherever you're passing, things are not good this side. You look at a person everywhere, you're afraid. Sometimes water here at this water point, it gets lost and you have to go to other water points. If you do not go in the group, you won't get water. Because when they see you are many, at least sometimes they give you. But when you are alone, all two, you can't go there because you're afraid. Wherever you're passing, they are Sudanese. I don't want to mention the name because we have neighbors of that nationality. Wherever you're passing, whoever you're looking at, you're afraid. People out there, please come to our rescue. Come to our rescue. And we thank you, Victor Mukasa, Mr. Victor Mukasa, for the work you're doing for us. Mr. Shane Phillips and the rest, please, thank you for the good work you're doing for us. But we should, people should know we are not well. Me, myself, by the time I went to the prison, I don't want to mention that name, that prison name, because whenever I mention it, I want to cry. Well, whatever I went through, I don't want to mention to you because I don't want to remember it. But by the time I went there, I went when I was a strong man, but now my chest, my inner person, I'm not okay. I can't lift 2 jerrycans, just only 2 jerrycans from at a distance. I can't. I was tortured. I don't know. We are going through a lot. I've spent a year in the camp on 24th, just recently. I've made a year in this camp. But what I've gone through, as if I've spent 30 years here. This is not the life we have to live. We are human beings. People should know that we are human beings who need to have a good life. But UNHCR, I don't know what is happening to them. No one has showed up. No one has showed up here to see what we are going through. They are just seated in their ACs there, and I don't know what they are doing. At least if they are maybe sent some people to come and talk to us and see what you're going through, they get to know. We tell them, but they're just keeping themselves there. I don't know. Please, people out there, listen to our cries. We do not know what to do next. We don't know what tomorrow will be. We don't know how to pass through the night. Every time we are afraid, we spend the nights awake. Kids, pregnant women, please come to our rescue. We just beg kindly, please come to our rescue. Evacuate us from this camp. From this camp. The police officers, I don't want to mention the name, I'll tell you in the inbox. I'll come to your inbox and tell you one name of one of the officers. One of the officers. There are many who have threatened, but there's one of the officers. I'll tell you by name. I don't know. Maybe you can do some investigations. But there are officers who are very arrogant and they are saying bad words to us. They are always threatening. This is not our country. This is not, but we are human beings. It was not a mistake. God cannot make a mistake. He never makes a mistake. This is what we are, and this is what we will always be. They should know that. If they do not have anything to do with us, they should let us go maybe somewhere. If they are not willing to help, we came We requested for help. If somebody comes in your home and says, please, can you help me with a cup of water? If we will not give them that water, just send them away. But they welcomed us. They accepted and put us in their system. That means they are willing to help us. So if they are willing, why are they not helping us? They should do something. They should do something. If they are not able, they should utter out something. They should tell the world what they are planning. If it is a genocide, they've removed the signpost showing Block 13. Was that a big problem? Block 13, that signpost. What are they planning? Do they want to kill us all and say, oh no, the Block 13 you heard of is not there? Where is it? They will send people and it is nowhere to be seen. Are they planning that? Please, UNHCR, please come to our rescue. Do something. Do something. We are suffering this side.
Thank you so much, Mubarak. Thank you for sharing. I'll be looking forward to your messages in inbox. Thank you. Bashir, I need you here so that we close.
Hey, that's our big man in the house. In the house.
I want to hear from Mr. Money. How is it
Yeah,
going,
man.
Bashir? Can you give our friends updates for the finances, because a lot of them have contributed? We are yet to send out accountability, but at least give us an idea of what's happening.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank everyone who has supported our GoFund in Kakuma. Victor.
Yes.
I was thanking all the people who have supported us financially on the GoFund, first of all. And I want to thank everyone who has done anything for the well-being of everyone who is here in Block 13. So far, we've managed to take people in the hospital who were injured on date 19th. That money was coming from you and your friends, but the GoFund started on 3rd of July. I remember properly. So on that GoFund, we have managed to take some of our patients. One of them had operation. The operation was done. We have managed to have a food banker. Right now, our kids, they can get foliage in the morning. We can get a daily meal at least once a day, plus foliage at night. We've managed to work on some people having special cases here with that money. So I want to give you some small accountability what we have done with that money. First of all, food. The money you've sent for food, we have managed to use $300 to buy food, which you're using here for Block 13, which is being used at around people. The number of the people here are in 138. Those are the people who are getting this lunch. And another thing about hospital bills. Hospital bills, we have managed to get 22 Kenya money to take them to and 50. That is the money we have used so far from the GoFund. Because the first you send $500, 300 plus the 300. We have a balance.
350, then a 500, the recent 300.
Yeah, like that.
So all our viewers, thank you so much, Bashir. You've been very, very open with this process. You've done a great job in terms of accountability. I receive all the receipts. Viewers, please, I request you to continue contributing to their GoFundMe. It's a very open and transparent process. And the team in Kakuma is doing a great job. Bashir is the financial manager there on the block, and also helping with documentation.
Benon, my team.
Yeah, you have team. I know Benon.
Yeah, I have my team. Benon, Gilbert, Juliet, I have Josephine, I have Kevin. There are a lot of my brothers are here.
Yo, brother, are you talking about me?
I'm talking about you. Thank you for everything that you do.
I love you so much, my brother.
I love you too.
You know
And I
my
love
issues. I salute you. See you, see you. We shall chat later in inbox, okay?
you. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Those are the people I'm working with here.
Mm.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone. To be honest, everyone has changed people's lives here in Kakuma. But indeed, people here need evacuation. However much we are doing our best, but the attacks keep on coming. Cause this week on Thursday, people came with pangas at night, and you know a lesbian called Shifa. She was attacked. The phone, the phone was taken.
Yeah.
Plus this Bluetooth. Yeah, people came with panga where we sleep outside. Can you? They were standing. Yeah. So, Victor, what I'm requesting anyone who is watching this, people are going to die here. People are going to die here. People are going to be slaughtered here. Even though we do our best to give them what it's needed. This is just for emergency, because food, even though we buy a stock of food here, it can't help us here. Because people can't enjoy their meal, people can't sleep the way people should sleep, just because of that fear.
Yeah.
You see these young kids, they woke up at night, sometimes midnight, they start screaming.
It's a trauma.
Trauma, yes, you understand, that's the word you can use. People are dramatized here. Even though we do the best, you are doing your best, but these people need to be evacuated from here.
Yeah.
So I call upon everyone who is there at least to take this issue to be on his table, at least to try to advocate for us to be evacuated from here.
Thank you so much. Bashir, thank you so much for everything you do. Thanks to the leadership team that you guys have formed there. Thanks for everything that you're doing. And we'll be in touch. Friends out there, these friends, Bashir and everybody else, are doing a great job in the camp. For UNHCR, when you say these people are not organized, they actually have a leadership team at Block 13. If you can't talk to the 138, at least speak to their leaders, many of whom have written to you. It is time to style up UNHCR. But I thank all of you for being there for these guys. I thank all the therapists from Shen's side, Geoff from Australia, all the other Australian first responders, Helen Thompson from the United Kingdom. Thank you so much with your team. Tash Thomas, Tash also from the United Kingdom. I know you just came on and have a team of therapists and other first responders. I thank you so much for what you're doing. The team here in the United States, Tavi Sehon, Jennifer Glick, Monique Boivin, and then on the other coast, Shane Phillips and others. I thank all of you. Rebecca Dam, you have done an amazing job. And we cannot, I mean, the other people that I cannot mention now because the list is really long, but everybody who has contributed, Ken Medlin, I cannot remember everybody. There is another organization, Pure Part in Nairobi. You have sent masks to Kakuma Camp. Unfortunately, I don't see you here, but I thank you for sending masks to Kakuma Camp. I hope that they arrived in Kakuma. We will find out, but I think that is Pure Part. That's the name. Thank you so much. Doreen, Sebuma, Anita, in Nairobi, Purity, I greet you all. Friends in Kakuma, this is a song for you and for any LGBTI person elsewhere in the world that is going through some hardships, or even our supporters who might be going through hardships. This is a song for you that I am going to play. As we say bye-bye to everybody, thank you so much for being there for humanity. You are all the blessed. When I mean you are all amazing. And the matter. I want to say bye to everybody, but I want to leave this song for everybody. The song is called There Is Hope. And this song is by Brian Nkoyoyo. And it's how we live our Sunday. I think that Sharon Cox has posted another video from you guys from Kakuma. I'll be sharing it. Bye, Flazen.
Everyone is spinning on us. Little do they know we are a family. And nothing can stop us right now. Yeah. There is your brothers and sisters. Discrimination should stop. Let's come together and fight this insanity. Cause in the end, we'll win. There is hope. There is hope. Don't despair because there is hope. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. This program we have towards us. If we come together and fight for our rights, we shall overcome. Cause there is hope. My dear comrades, never give up the fight. Don't give up the fight. Never lose faith in what you've got. Fight and fight for what belongs to you. And we are continue on. And we realize we are here to stay. We're here to stay. We're never going down. We're growing stronger each and every moment. Yeah, there is hope. There is hope. There is hope. Don't despair because there is hope. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. This phobia they have towards us. If we come together and fight for our rights, we shall overcome. Cause there is hope. Yo, listen to me now, cause you know that's who I am. I stand strong, the gun is too long. I keep moving cause I got you.
Mugume, Mugume.
There is hope, there is hope.
Don't despair because there is hope. We shall overcome. If we come together. Thank you, Brian. Cause there is hope. Mugume, 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 it's for you all in Block 13. Don't give up, guys. Stand together. Fight together. I love you all. And for all of you who have been here again, thank you. Tumaliriza, Sanbonani, we are out of here. We'll be giving more updates probably on Tuesday or Wednesday, or if there's breaking news, we'll be up. For those of you who haven't listened to the BBC Focus on Africa segment for last Friday, look for it. I think Thursday or Friday. Look for it. It featured LGBT Kakuma, Block 13, and the UNHCR giving such a very, like, Sometimes I cannot describe what the UNHCR is doing. But yes, the BBC featured Gilbert on behalf of our friends on Block 13, and the UNHCR was there also. So listen to it. There are more media houses that are going to come up with news segments this week, still highlighting this issue on Block 13. Thank you. Happy sun wherever you are. Those of you in Kakuma, just know that the morning is coming soon. Love you. Bye bye.